He was only about 100 yards away from the nearest golf course, but Larry Fitzgerald had some business to take care of at the Arizona Biltmore. Fitzgerald was on hand Monday to present at the NFL's annual spring meetings in Phoenix. Commissioner Roger Goodell asked the Cardinals wide receiver to address owners and management, giving a player's perspective on what owners can do to help players succeed, both during and after their playing careers. Following that, Fitzgerald addressed media as part of a briefing on the league's evolving work around social justice. The Inspire Change initiative was announced by the league in January, with a goal of further collaboration between players, teams and owners. "I think it's only continued to improve," said Fitzgerald of the ongoing efforts. Guys are more aware of their social impact, and the eyes that are always on them, and their responsibility to the communities that they serve. These young people are watching us, they're watching us perform, they're buying our team merchandise, our jerseys, and we have a responsibility to them to set a good example. In typical Fitzgerald fashion, he addressed wide-ranging questions after the briefing. He was surprised to see wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. end up in Cleveland. He hopes Rob Gronkowski comes to Arizona now that he's retired just to hang out. Are you a sports fan? Stay in the know. Subscribe to AsCentral.com today. And he was sad to see the Rams add Eric Weddle and Clay Matthews to their defense. "I was hoping they were gonna go to the AFC West," Fitzgerald said slyly. "I don't like to see anybody in the NFC West improve, besides the Cardinals. I wasn't happy about it, if you want my honest opinion." He also said the swirling rumors of trading Josh Rosen and drafting Kyler Murray are above my pay grade. Whoever his quarterback is come September, Fitzgerald will enter his 16th NFL season, third all-time in catches and second in yards receiving. On top of compiling records and receptions, Fitzgerald has ingrained himself in the Arizona community and made a name for himself across the league for his involvement. Over that time, he has seen his teammates and players across the league latch on to different social justice initiatives and get involved in their communities. Like many players, Fitzgerald has his own foundation, the First Down Fund. But the league is starting to see a shift in players working more and more directly with government and law enforcement in new ways. The Cardinals had a few players meet with Gov. Ducey last season in an effort to discuss and improve the criminal justice system in Arizona. Anna Isaacson, Senior Vice President of Social Responsibility for the league, sees the trend continuing across all teams. Thank you. You're almost signed up for sports breaking news. Keep an eye out for an email to confirm your newsletter registration. More newsletters. Specifically, since we've taken on more of a focus on social justice, two of the key tenets are working on criminal justice reform, and a second is building community and police relations. So there's lots of opportunities within those two, she said. Isaacson said all 32 clubs stepped up last year with social justice initiatives. The league has formed a national partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, but clubs are also able to foster their own connections based off the needs of their communities. And while there are more league and team initiatives to meet with law enforcement, Isaacson knows that these are part of a longer process. "I think we are one piece of the puzzle," she said. "It's a very complex issue that has been around for a long time, long before we started getting involved. I think what we do is we can bring attention to it. And when we can bring players, coaches, owners, people in the room that others want to hear from, just bring more people to the table, right? We can be a convener in a way that a lot of other organizations can't. It's not like we can snap our fingers and fix the issue, but we can bring people together to at least have the conversations." Larry Fitzgerald is one of the NFL's elder statesmen. Photo, Sean Logan, The Republic. There are conversations on what teams can do to help the communities around them, but also conversations about how teams can help players inside the locker room. Fitzgerald thinks the NFL provides a number of resources and that owners can help players in their influence outside of football. For that all to be effective, players need to speak up. It first starts with the players wanting to be helped, Fitzgerald said. If you have a deficiency, you have an interest, you have a need, closed mouths don't get fed. And I tell guys that all the time, if you want to learn, you have to speak up. Nobody can read your mind. And I think it has to start there. I think the owners and teams and people associated with our organizations are more than willing to help, but you just have to ask for it. And I think we need to do a better job to encourage guys to do that. Fitzgerald recognizes that part it goes back to changing the culture so that players feel comfortable and understand it's okay to reach out for help. He's taken advantage of in-house clinicians through the Cardinals and hopes others utilize those resources as well. Extra points to recognize 100 years of the NFL. The league announced that the opening game of the 2019 season will be a Thursday night matchup of Green Bay and Chicago at Soldier Field. The defending Super Bowl champion Patriots will take the Sunday night slot. The league announced that they will be expanding coverage of the draft, which begins in April 25 in Nashville. Reach the reporter at kfitzgerald@gannett.com or 480-356-6407. Follow her on Twitter at kfitz134. Support local journalism. Subscribe to AsCentral.com today. Gutekunst's Sweet 16 picks close. The first weekend of the NCAA tournament is over and Bill Gutekunst is feeling confident about his Final Four picks. Brian Snyder, Arizona Republic.